Hey guys, I know that this trend is overdone, but I've always had a few unpopular opinions that I've wanted to share, so here we are with an unpopular K-pop opinions video. Also, these videos always pop up in my recommended, so I'm assuming some of you all still like them. Lmao. I've been a K-pop stan for a few years now, so I've seen a good number of these types of videos. Therefore, I try to actually make these unpopular, but of course, there may be some repetition. Hope this video is able to entertain you all anyways lol. Disclaimer, as the title says, these are my opinions, so please don't take them too seriously. It's 100% okay if you disagree, but please be respectful. No hate to any groups or people mentioned. So with that being said, let's get on with the video lol. Opinion number 1. You don't have to be the most talented/skilled person to be a good or popular idol. Many popular groups, such as BTS, Blackpink, or Twice, are often said to be less talented than other groups while still being more famous, which causes them to receive a lot of hate. The vocal lines of BTS and Twice are especially criticized, while Blackpink are bashed for literally anything and everything. Because these popular groups have flaws though, as no one is perfect, lots of antis like to use this as a reason for why their own faves deserve to be more famous. I'll use BTS as an example. Many people like to hate on BTS's vocal line, saying that they're weak, unstable, strained, etc. While I absolutely love BTS's vocal line, I can admit that there are some idols who may be better singers technically. But does this mean that they are automatically more deserving of fame than BTS? Or that BTS deserves any less? No, because in my opinion, it's okay if you don't have the most perfect vocal or dancing or whatever in the world. In K-pop, there is more to being successful than pure skill. A lot of the more popular groups have likable concepts/aesthetics, insanely addicting songs, or just great personalities. BTS are amazing performers and people, and their songs are all complete bops too. So even if their vocal line isn't completely perfect, I love them with all my heart and I believe they deserve all that they have. Of course, I feel bad when a talented group goes unrecognized, but I just think it is unreasonable to say that certain popular groups deserve less fame just because other groups have more talented members. You don't have to be the absolute best to deserve great success. Opinion number 2. It's not completely unreasonable to unstan because of a toxic fandom. Everyone knows that there are many toxic fandoms in K-pop, and that certain fans can go a little overboard sometimes. Therefore, I've heard many people unstan certain groups because their fandoms were just too much to handle. But I've also seen many people who are against this as well. At first, this opposition makes sense. Why would you unstan a group because of their fandom? Weren't you a fan because you liked their music? Why would a fandom cause you to dislike a group's music like Lmao? What? However, after some thinking, I've realized that it actually isn't completely illogical to unstan because of a toxic fandom. While I still wish it wouldn't happen as much as it does, I can see where some people are coming from. Here's my analogy. You know how sometimes if you see an advertisement over and over again, you start to low-key hate the thing they're advertising? For example, well, that's kind of like toxic fans. The more you see them screeching about how their faves are better than everyone, the more likely it is that you'll start to view that group negatively. As unfortunate as it is, that's just how the mind works, I guess. If toxic fans keep trying to shove something down your throat, it's unlikely that you'll accept whatever it is with much enthusiasm. So while it's sad, I think unstanning because of a fandom isn't as stupid as it seems lol. Opinion number 3. Jisoo isn't really that underrated. I feel like people use the word underrated way too much. Like if something or someone isn't the most popular, then they're underrated. But to me, an underrated idol would be someone who is very talented but not acknowledged to be. I think that most blinks know that Jisoo is a great singer, an improving dancer, and an overall beautiful woman, inside and out. She is just a little less popular than other Blackpink members, like Jennie or Lisa. So she isn't really an underrated member, but rather a less popular member, which is unfortunate, but it's not really like she goes unrecognized. To me, Jisoo is always acknowledged and given credit where credit is due, so I don't consider her to be underrated. Opinion number 4. I don't understand why people take stanning so seriously. Oh my gosh, the way people act in the K-pop fandom actually baffles me. I get that when you like a certain group a lot, you want them to be successful, win awards, break records, etc. But at the end of the day, K-pop is just music. Hating other groups for achieving more than your faves or for copying them is kinda strange to me. Especially the copying thing. Like I've legit seen fans get mad because an idol dyed their hair the same color as another idol. As if different hair colors in K-pop is really unique or something. I also know fans that won't stan other groups simply because to do so would be betraying their fave group. Like what? Do you honestly think your faves would care if you like groups that aren't just them? The loyalty is sweet and all, but I'm sure they're not gonna feel like you stabbed them in the back if you find other songs you like. Lmao. If you just happen to only like one certain group's music more, that's fine, but refusing to admit that you could like others' music is just childish and dumb. Another thing is when people unstan groups. Some fans are just so dramatic about it. It's like they have to announce to the world that they unstand, tell everyone why they unstand, and refuse to ever talk about or be associated with that group again. I've literally seen people ask others for advice on how to unstan a group. Like OMG, the way my eyes just roll when I read stuff like that. There is no official way to unstan, just like there is no official way to stan either. You either like someone's music or you don't. There is no specific procedure to do it and it's not that deep. LMAO, this opinion is getting long so I'll stop here, but I swear, some of you all act like stanning is an actual profession or something. Opinion number 5. K-pop idols make mistakes sometimes, and it's okay, you don't have to sugarcoat it. Okay, so obviously no one is perfect, therefore it's only expected for idols to make mistakes. So why do fans always try so hard to deny or ignore it when it happens? I think K-pop idols these days are just constantly expected to be perfect, so many fans internally see mistakes like singing off-key or having voice cracks as being a bad idol. Therefore they all do anything to shield their faves from any possible criticism. This includes reacting to legitimately flawed performances like they're the most amazing form of art created in the world. Even when idols have bad performances, instead of just acknowledging it normally, some fans will still be in the comment section saying things like, OMG, insert idol has the most beautiful voice. This performance was so touching. Hearing them made me cry. Best singer in the world. I can't digest. Ugh, they're so talented and blah blah blah. You get the picture. I'm not saying that people should be like, oop, look they messed up. OMG, wow, cancelled. OMG, how talentless. They be trash. But blindly praising an idol can get a little annoying sometimes. It's okay to make mistakes, and fans shouldn't avoid admitting their faves mess up like it's the plague. In fact, I think sugarcoating just makes the perfectionist standards of idols these days even worse, because they're making it seem like the flawed performances aren't acceptable. Opinion number 6. Comparing/criticizing idols is okay, to an extent. As most people do, I think fan wars are stupid. But healthy comparisons, as in genuinely evaluating different idols and not just saying this idol is better than that idol, is okay. Because skill is all relative, right? So if you never compare an idol to others, you'll never truly understand how talented they are. Also, sometimes it's just fun to see everyone's preferences and opinions. You may even learn something by analyzing different idols. A channel that does this really nicely is On The Scene. The owner of the channel is basically a trained dancer who makes nicely formatted videos to properly assess different members' dancing skills. Sometimes they even do an individual analysis for certain idols. You should go check them out if you don't know about them already. They have some really interesting things to say in my opinion. There are also a lot of those insert idol versus insert idol videos all over YouTube. Some might say that these types of videos cause fan wars, but I think that if fans could just stay respectful and mature, nothing bad should come from them. Opinion number 7. The career boo phase is okay, also to an extent. I know a lot of international fans who went through a supposed career boo phase when they first got into K-pop. The only reason I think this phase is okay is because I wouldn't actually consider the career boo phase to be career boo behavior. Basically, some fans may try to learn Korean to further understand/communicate with their faves, but instead of actually fully going through with it, they just learn a few random phrases/words like sarang haearpa and annyeong haseyo. I think that this type of thing, while very cringy and very weird, is generally acceptable because these types of fans aren't really hurting anyone. They also usually grow out of it pretty quickly and realize that if they aren't gonna actually learn Korean, then maybe they shouldn't spew random words in the language. It's just the exposure to a new culture that makes them act this way at first. However, if a career boo phase goes past simply saying a few phrases, and gets to the point where someone is getting plastic surgery to look more Asian or they're fetishizing Asian people, then that's extremely horrible and wrong. Just to be clear here, I'm not condoning legitimate career boo behavior. The real career boos who exist in this world are delulu and need to realize that what they're doing is not okay. But I just think that some fans get judged too quickly for trying to speak Korean sometimes, even if it can be a bit cringy. Opinion number 8.1. I don't love Bad Boy by Red Velvet. This is the first part of a 3-part opinion. Okay, so I know this isn't completely unpopular because there are other people who do not like this song, but I still wanted to share it anyways. Basically, I don't hate this song, and I actually appreciate it a lot because I can acknowledge that it's well made. Also, the girls look really great that era, and Seulgi's red pants were introduced to the world, so. I mean, all I can say is that I know K-pop junkie wasn't the only one who was happy that era, haha. But still, the song is just a little too calm for me personally. I'm a big fan of faster songs, or those really emotional ballad type songs. I don't usually enjoy chilled, laid back songs like Bad Boy that much. Even so, I do like it a little because it's so iconic. I just don't absolutely love it like most people do. Opinion number 8.2. I love Really Bad Boy by Red Velvet. So yeah, there isn't that much to say about this, I just really like this song. It's really energetic and fun to sing along with. Well, at least try to sing along to lol. Those high notes aren't exactly within my range, but I can try, haha. It's just a nice, upbeat song that fills my heart with joy. Love the concept, even if it may have fit October more Lmao. Anyways, I always get really hyped up listening to this song, and I feel like it deserves more love. Opinion number 8.3. Really Bad Boy and Bad Boy sound nothing alike. I really don't understand when people say RBB is just a copy of Bad Boy. Like sure, RBB is just one word away from being named the exact same thing, but sound-wise, they're complete opposites. I don't know if I'm just misunderstanding what people are trying to say when they claim that these two are similar, but they just aren't for me. Bad Boy is really elegant, laid back, and chilled, with soft, airy vocals and completely different instrumentals. RBB is extremely energetic, with weird samples of a screaming high note, intense vocals, and a really brassy type of instrumental. Like just listen to the difference. I just don't understand how anyone could listen to these two songs and find any similarities in the sounds. Also LMAO, please don't judge my descriptions for these songs. I'm no music expert, so the terminology I used are all probably wrong, but oh well, I'm just describing the way they sound to me lol. Opinion number 9. Standing unpopular or underrated groups doesn't make you more special. I always see fans of more popular groups like Armies, Blinks, etc. getting bashed for standing the groups they stan. Usually they get remarks like, oh you like blank group. That's kind of basic, you know they aren't actually that good, you should stan, insert their faves. But the thing is, it's okay to like popular things because they are usually popular for a reason. People these days are always trying to be special or unique by not liking the popular things in life, and their gut reaction is to scream overrated to anyone who will listen. Like obviously not all underrated group stans are like this. But many often say things like stan blank group for real talent, or imagine not having taste and standing blank instead of blank can't relate. This actually isn't just something that underrated/unpopular group stans do, but stans of any group that aren't one of the very top K-pop groups will act like this sometimes. Which is just no. You're not superior for standing a specific group, whether they be under or overrated. Especially because it takes no personal skill to stan a group, so I don't know why some stans are so proud of themselves, as if they actually did something special. They just want to feel like they see the truth and aren't being blinded by popularity, so they love to hate on groups or fans of groups that actually are really successful. People should just stan the groups they like and respect who other people choose to stan as well. Opinion number 10. I really like songs like this, but I feel like they're often overlooked. Okay, so I don't actually know what this genre is called, but if someone knows, please tell me. Here are some examples. Basically these types of songs are so fun and catchy in my opinion, but I feel like they don't get enough love because they aren't dark and badass. They're also what I would call old-fashioned. I don't know if that makes sense lol, but they kind of sound like they'd be from a different decade. I thought that maybe these were considered retro songs, but I'm not very good with genre names and titles, so if someone has the name for these types of songs that'd be greatly appreciated. Opinion number 11. I wish idols would stop using filters. Okay, this one is a little random, and it's really not that big of a deal, but it kind of bothers me, so here we are. I'm not gonna use specific examples because I don't feel like being cancelled today, but basically, I've noticed that many idols take selfies with a filter these days. It usually makes their skin really pale, their eyes really big, their chins really pointy, and their lips really red. Of course, at the end of the day, it's the idol's choice if they want to use these filters or not, but to me, it just looks really unnatural, and I would prefer if they just took a normal selfie, or used a less strong filter. It just creeps me out ever so slightly when idols have skin that's so covered up by a filter. It's just a large expanse of flawless, airbrushed, white. Their faces also kind of become shaped like the alien emoji while their eyes get bigger, making them look 10 times younger, which is really weird considering they're already young adults. The resulting color of their skin reminds me of milk jelly, and their lips are ridiculously bright red like cherries or something, especially in contrast with their skin. They end up looking like a liter, but with extremely pale skin and bright red lips. I obviously completely respect what idols want to do with their own faces, and sometimes it's just makeup or lighting, but personally I think it'd look better if they use those filters less. Is it just me? I don't know, but anyways, on with the next opinion lol. Opinion number 12. I don't like Really by Blackpink. Lol, this is probably the most stupid opinion yet, haha. I know there are people that don't like it too, but I think my specific reason for not liking it must be really unique. Basically the "if you really" part reminds me of Timber, like the part "I'm yelling timber." By the way, I am not trying to say that Blackpink copied the song lol, it's just that one really small part that sounds similar in my opinion. Lmao, I know that this is kind of weird and dumb, but I just find it hard to like songs when they have that little melody because all my mind can follow up with is "you better move, you better dance." Love Scenario also does this, and even though it's a great song, it took a while to grow on me. However, I don't hate Really, and I can acknowledge that it's a cute song. The live performance is also adorable, and I absolutely live for those little Chenny and Lisu moments, haha. Maybe if I listen to it more, I'll start to like it, who knows. Opinion number 13. There aren't enough fun songs in K-pop. This is kind of hard to explain, but my favorite type of songs are the ones where they kind of explode at the chorus and have a really youthful, fun vibe. They're always really bright and give you this feeling like, wow, life is actually kind of great, lol. Some examples of these songs are Okay, yeah, I guess I kind of contradicted myself because I just listed a bunch of songs, but to be fair, many of these are B-sides. I just wish more K-pop groups would do a concept where it's just about them being together, having fun, being young, and all that cliché stuff. Those happy, feel-good songs are kind of lacking in title tracks. I'm not saying that the current title tracks are bad, because I know everyone has different taste, but I feel like this concept always makes me love a group more, and it just makes me feel like they're more relatable and likable. The MVs are usually great too, because you get to see your faves laughing and having fun together. While dark concepts are amazing and cool, I think having a nice light-hearted one every now and then can be very uplifting and freeing. Okay, so that's the end of the video. This was really long, haha, sorry. So if you're still here, thanks so much LMAO. Sorry if I offended anyone. Doing so was not my intention at all. Once again, please comment down below any opinions you may have, or if you agree/disagree with any of mine. I'm really interested to see what you all have to say. Also, if you would like me to talk about another subject or make an unpopular opinions video about a specific group, please let me know. I'm open to ideas/suggestions. This is actually my first YouTube video, so sorry if something looks a little whack, haha. I'm still getting the hang of everything. Also, I actually surprisingly had a lot more unpopular opinions, but I had to cut them from this video cause well, it's already extremely long. I'll most likely be making a part 2 to follow up with this. Lol, this is probably the most generic YouTube video ending, but if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and or subscribe for more content in the future. Thanks again for watching.